So this will be the sample spreadsheet I'm going to use for this demonstration. So when I say bringing in contextual data from other applications, I mean you can define how and what data has to be fetched and brought into your spreadsheet. So we'll start by creating a simple function for bringing in the complete data from one CRM module. So let's call this function CRM leads, because I'm going to bring in data from the leads module of CRM. And my result type will be list here, since it will be a list of data records, and create. So you're back in the Deluge editor. Again, you can see the list of expressions here. In that list, you can find a section called integrations here. So under integrations, you can find an expression called Zoho integration. So simply drag and drop Zoho integration, and on the left hand side, give a variable name that has to be given as the result, followed by the Zoho service. So while you click on service, it will give you the list of all those Zoho products that are actually integrated with Sheet for custom functions. So you can scroll through and select the product of your choice. So right now we are going to fetch data from Zoho CRM. So I'll select CRM. So the action here for me will be bringing in data, so that will be get records. So here, and the module name. So this is Zoho CRM's user interface. So you can see that all the modules in Zoho CRM are being listed at the top, and I can select the module from which I want to fetch data from. So this is the leads module, and I'm going to fetch this data into my spreadsheet. So I'll type in leads here in this editor. Make sure that the module name is exactly similar to what is mentioned in that particular application you're bringing data in from. And my syntax is ready, so I'll go to the next line where I'll be defining which variable is supposed to be given as the result for my function. There we go. So now my function is ready. I'll just go and save it. So there are no errors in this function, so it has been saved successfully. Now I'll just minimize it and use it in my spreadsheet. So as I had already mentioned, this function will bring in the complete data that is present in the leads module of my Zoho CRM account. So here you can see that all the data that is present in that particular leads module has been brought into my spreadsheet from my Zoho CRM account. So similarly, you can also create functions that bring in filtered data based on your need alone. So you need not bring in the whole or complete data that is present in Zoho CRM. Instead, you can bring in data that is only necessary for you inside the spreadsheet. So we'll look into an example called CRM info here. So in this function, you can see that I've mentioned that I want only these 5 columns of data in my spreadsheet. And here you can also see that I'll be giving the user's email ID as the input, and I'll be fetching the data corresponding to those email IDs. So we'll see how that works in the spreadsheet. So this will be my sample data. As you can see that I've already mentioned the table headers here and the list of email IDs. So the data that is being brought from Zoho CRM will fall here contextually based on the table header that is already mentioned and based on the input email ID that I'm going to give here. So let's start with CRM info. I'm giving the email ID as input and enter. So there we go. So you can see that the data falls contextually under those headers in the table. So if these headers are not similar to those that are present in the source application, you can even define them in such a way that the data from those headers fall into the defined headers that you have in your spreadsheet. So now that I have one record ready, I'm just going to fill it. So as I fill the data, you can see that the chart below the data changes contextually. So in this manner, you can create reports in your spreadsheet using CRM data. So this way you'll get the data that is actually needed inside your spreadsheet. So, and it will save you a lot of time.